Elon Musk is suing OpenAI for breach of contract. The billionaire entrepreneur says the US firm is now putting profit before its founding principle of developing AI responsibly.
Do you think Elon Musk was right when he said AI is dangerous? Well, OpenAI has some news. They're making changes to how they handle things when employees leave. It's a big deal because it affects how workers move on from the company. But what exactly is happening? For a while now, some important people who really care about making sure AI is safe have been leaving the company. Recently, Ilya Sutskever and Jan Lake said they're leaving. They were in charge of a team that makes sure AI does what it's supposed to do without causing problems for people. But they're not the only ones leaving. OpenAI didn't give a comment before this article was published, but after Kelsey Piper wrote about OpenAI's agreements for former employees, they sent her a message. They said they've never taken away anyone's shares, even if they didn't sign an agreement. When Piper asked if this was a new rule, OpenAI just said it's how things are. On Saturday, Altman tweeted about the offboarding documents. He mentioned that they used to talk about canceling shares for people leaving, but they're changing that now. One former worker didn't sign the leaving agreement, so he could talk openly about the company. Daniel Kokotajlo, who worked there since 2022, left last month. He was part of the team that looked at how to make AI safe. Kokotajlo said he joined OpenAI hoping they'd be careful with their powerful AI systems. But over time, he lost trust in the bosses and decided to leave. OpenAI wants to make a super smart AI that can do lots of things like humans or even better. Kokotajlo hoped they'd be responsible for it, but he lost hope and left. Jan Lake, who also left the safety team, said something similar. He didn't agree with the bosses on what's important for the company, so he decided to go. Why did OpenAI safety team stop trusting Sam Altman? Altman's reaction to being kicked out showed something about him. He was determined to keep control and make sure no one could challenge him in the future. Some people who used to work with him say he's tricky and says different things to different people. For example, he said safety was important, but then he did things that worried the safety team, like working with countries that might use AI for bad things. So it's hard to trust him when he says one thing but does another. All this made employees start to doubt if OpenAI really means what it says, according to someone who knows a lot about the company. This week, Jan Lake, one of the leaders, didn't sugarcoat his departure. He said, "I resigned on X right after Sutskever left." No friendly words, no trust in the company's bosses. Other former safety-focused workers shared Lake's blunt post and added heart emojis. Leopold Aschenbrenner, a friend of Sutskever, was fired last month, along with Pavel Ismailov, another team member. Reports said they leaked info, but there's no proof. Altman could easily say sharing any info is leaking, especially if he wanted to get rid of Sutskever's friends. Now that the safety team is mostly gone, who will keep OpenAI's work safe? Now that Lake isn't leading the super alignment team, OpenAI has picked company's co-founder John Schulman to take over. But with the team shrinking and Schulman already busy making sure OpenAI's current products are safe, it's hard to expect much focus on future safety work. The super alignment team was set up to handle safety issues that might pop up if OpenAI succeeds in making AGI. Even when the team was at full strength, it only had a small number of researchers and a fraction of the computing power. Now that computing power might go to other teams, and it's not clear if there will be enough focus on avoiding risks from future AI models. This doesn't mean the products OpenAI releases now, like the new version of ChatGPT, will cause harm. But what about the future? It's important to separate two questions. Are they making and using unsafe AI now? And are they ready to make and use AGI safely? According to someone who knows the company well, the answer to the second question is no. Back in July 2023, OpenAI announced a new team focused on making sure future smart AI systems are safe to use. They even promised to give this team 20% of their computer power. But less than a year later, the team called Super Alignment was shut down. People left, and there are accusations that OpenAI cares more about releasing products than about AI safety. According to several sources who know how OpenAI works, the company didn't keep its promise to give the Super Alignment team enough computing power. Even though the team needed special computer chips to train AI, OpenAI's bosses kept saying no to their requests. Recently, OpenAI faced criticism for using a voice for its AI that sounds a lot like actress Scarlett Johansson. Some people questioned if OpenAI really asked for Johansson's permission to use her voice. Johansson says she declined when asked last September and again last week. He announced his own resignation on Friday, just 2 days after Suits Kever left. The company then told the remaining team members, about 25 people, that the team was being disbanded and they would be moving to other roles within the company. It's a quick fall for a team that OpenAI has praised less than a year ago as crucial for the company and for the future of humanity. Superintelligence is a big idea about a future AI that could be smarter than all humans combined, even smarter than the company's goal of creating artificial general intelligence, or AGI. While the team did do some research, like releasing a paper about controlling powerful AI with less powerful AI in December 2023, they couldn't do bigger projects because of the lack of computer power, said the source. After leaving, Lei criticized his old company in posts on X, saying safety wasn't as important as flashy products. Last year, sources informed Time that Altman had a history of being misleading and deceptive. OpenAI CTO Mira Murati accused him of manipulating executives to get his way in October, and co-founder and chief scientist Ilya Sutskever compiled a list of 20 instances where he believed Altman had misled OpenAI executives over the years. Concerns about his behavior led to the company's board briefly removing Altman from his position, but he quickly returned after receiving support from both inside and outside OpenAI. In March, Tennessee became the first state to enact legislation addressing unauthorized artificial intelligence impersonation. The Hollywood Guild, SAG-AFTRA, is advocating for the No AI Fraud Act, a bipartisan bill introduced in January which aims to restrict digital likenesses without consent. Do you think AI will become a dangerous tool? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Until next time, see you all.